The Charged with Light mod system that was introduced with Destiny 2's Season of Dawn hasn't garnered a lot of attention, and I understand why. On its own, it's not very exciting, but when used as the cherry on top of your favorite build, the results are incredible. Today we're going to break down a Charged with Light build for the Warlock's recently reworked Attunement of the Sky. Let's get started. The Armor 2.0 system completely overhauled the way players interact with their armor, and the Charged with Light system works within it. Each piece of armor can be leveled up to 10, and each level provides you with an additional point of energy, which is used for slotting mods. The Charged with Light system requires at least 2 mods spread across 2 armor pieces to work properly. One mod to generate charges, and another to spend them. For the first setup, I'll be using the Warlock's Attunement of the Sky with the Sunbracer's exotic gloves. The exotic perk Helium Spirals increases the duration of solar grenades, and solar melee ability kills grant unlimited solar grenade energy for a few seconds. The Attunement of Sky's melee ability Celestial Fire makes it incredibly easy to trigger this effect because the ability has range and mild tracking, so I want to increase its uptime. The heavy-handed Charged with Light mod will help me do that. It spends 1 charge and refunds half of my melee ability cooldown when I activate it. Alone, that effect is really nice. It'll let me use my melee ability more often, but it really shines once you lean into the playstyle that the Attunement of Sky demands. The passive ability Winged Sun causes airborne kills to reduce the cooldown of my melee by 25%. So if I'm Charged with Light, send out a melee ability, and kill an enemy, I'll gain back 75% of the cooldown. A double kill will completely reset it. Now the question is, how can I easily generate charges of light? For an airborne playstyle, I'm a fan of the Blast Radius mod. Rapid kills with grenade launchers or rocket launchers grant you a stack of Charged with Light. With the lightweight frame grenade launcher Malicious Birthright, I'll be able to consistently secure double kills for charges of light. Finally, to make my stacks even easier to generate, I'll be using the Stacks on Stacks mod. You gain an extra charge for each charge you generate. Now, if you're getting the feeling that there's a lot of stuff going on with this build, then you are correct. Charged with Light adds another layer of things for you to consider as you're going through combat, but don't worry, we're going to head into the field and break things down step by step. Alright folks, for today's testing we're diving into the Festering Core Nightfall Strike in the classic Nightfall playlist. So we're not going to have to deal with any champions, but we are in a challenging environment that is going to put the build through its paces. Now the main thing that I want to stress here is that once you get a full build with Charged with Light mods equipped onto your character, you're going to feel like you have a second exotic level perk on your armor. So right now I'm wearing the Sunbracers and my exotic perk is Helium Spirals. Because I also have Heavy-Handed and all the other associated Charged with Light mods, I feel like I have 2 exotic armor pieces equipped, and it is ridiculously satisfying to make use of it all. So as soon as we come into contact with some enemies, we're going to start talking through this stuff. The first thing that I want to do is become Charged with Light, so I've got to get a double kill with my grenade launcher. Now that I'm charged, when I send out my melee ability, I'm going to instantly be refunded half of the charge. And because I'm playing as the top branch of the Dawnblade, every time I get a kill while airborne, that is going to reduce the cooldown of my melee ability even farther. So again, while Charged with Light, let's try and get into cover so we don't die. While Charged with Light, every time I send out that melee ability, 50% of that cooldown gets refunded, and if I'm airborne while I do it, I get even more cooldown reduction because of heat rises. So I have an insane ability to spam my melee, and it is oh so satisfying. Also, because I am generating orbs for myself, I will occasionally be able to become Charged with Light without even having to fire my weapon. So when I really start grooving with this build, there are going to be very long stretches of time where I don't even have to use my guns. So for now, I'm just going to send out those grenades and do some work. Now unfortunately I didn't get the melee kill there, but because I was airborne I was able to refresh it. So now we're back into the groove with the abilities. Sunbracer's ready. I'm going to cover this whole area in grenades to burn as many guys as possible. And I'm still Charged with Light, so I can send out another melee and do it all over again. The damage potential because of this is crazy. So to wrap things up, the Charged with Light mod system is a lot more powerful than I think a lot of people are willing to give it credit for. Yes, you have to invest a lot into your armor in order to make a build that works well with it, but I think that is the point. If you take the time to come up with a thoughtful set of weapons and armor and subclass and mods, you can turn your Guardian into a well-oiled machine that is doing exactly what you want it to do. So, if you're still not completely sold on Charged with Light and the implications for your Guardian's power, don't worry, there's more coming. We have other Charged with Light mods to talk about, and I'm going to show them off with the Titan and the Hunter next. So stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to support the channel more than you already do just by watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting, you can head over to patreon.com/iBluairJgR to become a patron. As always, the name of the game is Destiny 2, the name of the channel is iBluairJgR. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.